Hey, what's up guys? It's Ethan here. Welcome back to another week on Paperboys. This week, in this video, we are talking all about socially transitioning, what that means, what's involved, but most importantly, how to stay safe when you do it. Socially transitioning is probably one of the first things that you're likely to encounter after you come out as transgender. There are so many things covered by the umbrella of socially transitioning that I'm not going to go into everything. Instead, I'm going to share with you my experiences of socially transitioning in the first month, 6 weeks of coming out as trans. Things that are covered by socially transitioning are likes of telling people what your new name is, asking them to respect your new pronouns. So for me, that was letting people know that I'm changing my name to Ethan and wanting to be referred to as Ethan, and also that as I identify as male, I would prefer if they could use male pronouns, he, him, his, which for the most part is really, really simple, but you're always going to have some people who refuse or who struggle, but how you deal with that is entirely up to you and your personal circumstances and connection with them. It's just got really, really bright. Hold on. Wrong way. Okay, I'm probably going to be playing around with that a wee bit as it's cloudy and then it's really sunny, so apologies if I have to keep fiddling with the white balance through this. Anyway, the first big thing I tackled when I was socially transitioning was social media. We live so much of our lives online, most of us, that we have an account for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, you name it, we're probably using it. Now, I had been using them for a number of years in my former name, but when I was moving things over to my new name, I didn't really want to just change my name. What I actually did was set up new accounts. Now, personally for me, this was the most sensible and the safest route to go down, because there were quite a few people on the likes of my Facebook friends list that I did not want to know, I did not want to tell, and that I did not want coming forward with me through my transition and going forward in my life. That's a very personal thing and I'm not going to go into detail in that, but something as simple as setting up a new account and then telling people who you feel safe and comfortable about adding you on that, that's easy done. What I basically did was I sent a message to friends that I did want to bring forward with me, and I said, look, here's what's happening, blah blah blah, would you be okay adding my new account and unfriending my old account? And pretty quickly they all shifted over, which was great. So social media is definitely the easiest thing to tackle about socially transitioning, particularly as well if you're maybe not having fully come out as trans. You can run 2 accounts in parallel, and then that way you could just gradually phase it in as things are safe for you to do. Maybe you're not living in an environment that is accepting of you, and so you've not come out, but perhaps at school or college, uni, whatever, you have done, and in that environment, so maybe you have a separate account for your friends but you still have your old main account. I don't know, you do what works for you. Beyond social media, there are things like basic things, just getting people to use your new name, use your new pronouns, and updating your details elsewhere, maybe with your phone contract, with your doctor, with your dentist, for us with the NHS, finance agreements, just places where you need to update your details. To me, that comes under socially transitioning quite heavily, but it also has ties to the fact that you most likely, for many of them, need to have legally changed your name, and in a couple of weeks we are going to be talking about legally transitioning, so I'm going to take all of that, press pause on it, and shift it over to in a couple of weeks time. Other things in socially transitioning, it's really just about finding the comfortable self of you. Hold on. Nope. That's better. I found that socially transitioning, what it meant for me, was just trying to understand who I am, what my style is, what I want to see of myself when I look in the mirror. Obviously, it's pre-medical transitioning, so you're perhaps not going to see in the mirror what you want to see, but working towards that. So I've tried different clothes, different hairstyles, just trying to understand in a social situation how I want to be perceived. 1 year on from having come out, I'm still working on that. But it's a process. You get there. But obviously, as with anything, it is important to make sure that you do it in a safe way. A big thing for me that would be a huge step in socially transitioning would be feeling comfortable to use the male restrooms, the male locker room at my gym, to be able to go swimming again. However, I don't feel comfortably safe doing so because I still, for the most part, do not present and come across male, and I feel really quite uncomfortable. So it's difficult. It does mean I'm still using the female restrooms and locker rooms, which isn't exactly any more comfortable. So for the most part, where it's available, I will use an alternative, like gender neutral bathroom. There is one at my university and that's really great. For the locker rooms at my gym, there's a family one. And an easy way around it for me is to go first thing in the morning before it's open to kids, if you like. And I basically have the family locker room to myself, which is fine, because I don't have to make that distinction between, well, I want to be using the gents locker room, but I kind of don't feel like I can, but I feel really awkward using the female locker room, and it gets around that, which is great. There are ways around everything. Maybe not straight away, maybe not the most ideal, but if you're adaptable, you'll get there. I would love to know what kind of experience you have had of socially transitioning. For me, it's still ongoing, so if you've got any tips or tricks or hints or things to share, drop me a comment. You can get in touch with me on my own social media and all these good things which are linked down below. As always, thank you for watching. I love you so much. You should definitely subscribe so that you don't miss future topics, and I will see you next Monday. Okay.